Hello, my name is Jenny Holloway. I'm the CEO of Fashion Enter. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take you down onto the factory floor here in Haringey and show you the traditional way of making garments. It was really important to show you what is happening on the factory lines today. In particular, we don't have all of our machines. It's actually only 8 o'clock this morning, so we don't start till 8:30. But the other thing to note, and that's the most important, is how many different garments we have actually on the lines now. If I'd have taken that swoop about a year ago, we would have had 3 maximum garments on the line. Now we have 12 garments on the line, all smaller quantities and all require much more flexibility. We need a universal worker, somebody that can actually use all the machines, not being a specialist on one. So that's very small runs, lots of different colours, and we get economies by laying different colours of fabric, same width, so we get cutting economies. But I think that's the biggest and the rightful thing to do. The biggest change is having smaller quantities, because we've got to stop this overconsumption and this horrendous waste that is occurring in fashion today. I wanted to show you, we do have large fabric deliveries. Now this is community clothing, and they are getting the economies by bulk buying their fabrics. We're doing a CMT operation, that's cut, make and trim, and he will call this off as he needs it. So again, Patrick Grant from Same Be Fame, he may have 15 styles going through with us, but he's not putting bulk orders down. He's waiting to see what will sell, and then we repeat into it. Now that's called traditionally the test and repeat model, but actually what's happening, it's small quantities, and we just want to make sure that we're selling the right sizes, the right colours at the right time. I've now come out of our units 13 and 14 and I'm moving into unit 5, and you can see here we've got Fashion Enter working alongside Kornit Digital. The other major change forward now is about collaborations and technologies, and 2 years ago we started this digital transformation journey with Kornit Digital, and I'm going to walk you through into unit 5 so you can have a look at it and see how we've advanced. But I cannot stress the importance of manufacturers thinking outside the box, being innovative, creating virtual technologies, new print ideas. There was a time when I used to work as a senior buyer, we would have to wait a week for a strike off, and then we would change around with the collars. That might take another couple of weeks. Then we'd wait for the fabric to come in for sampling. That might take 2 or 3 weeks. And then we would have 2 minimums of 500 meters. That's all changed. It's all changed. You can now adapt, manipulate a print, change the flower size, make it smaller, make it bigger, change the colours, all digitally. You can press a button and then you can do 3 meters of a print. So all those minimums have gone, the speed is much faster as well, and there's 2 lots of printing that we do here with Kornit. One is direct to fabric, and they use very kind pigment inks, minimal water as well, because actually you need to clean the print heads, but you don't really need to do the printing process. And then we also do printed garments, which is the t-shirt side, tote bags, etc. And again, no minimums. But that puts a pressure on manufacturers to be nimble, to be agile. People don't like change generally, so we've got to take them on that journey, and we're doing it. And actually, I think the manufacturers are being far more adaptable and movable than the retailers. In my book, the retailers are very disappointing. We've had this 2 years. Who's come forward to say, Jenny, we're going to try this on test and repeat. Let's try it. Let's make it work. Don't forget, test and repeat can also be customization or personalization. There's a lot that we can do here. So now we're going into unit 5, and I'm going to show you the technologies that we have. So follow me. So as you can see by that flash around here, the different prints, the different density of colours, using home furnishing fabrics alongside garment making, the opportunities now for a small brand to work, it's here, it's now. And we are certainly finding that our business has shifted. It's shifted away from retailers and e-tailers, and we're now moving towards smaller brands that are more agile. They may be somebody that's got a large following, 10,000 people plus. Somebody may say, I love what you're doing with your sweatshirt. And it's that easy to start your own business now. It really is that easy. What people don't understand is the technical compilations around that. So for example, if somebody buys a sweatshirt and they want it printed, then we have to make sure that the next time they buy their sweatshirts in, then there's a consistency there of fit. Otherwise, you're going to damage your brand. If you want to have fabric, lovely fabrics like these, then we've got to make sure that the blocks are consistent for your garments. And that's why we can wrap around all that support with technical specs, blocks, grading, sampling, making sure everything is as perfect as it can be. And accounts for us like Louisa Paris, who now are on Net-a-Porter. Now, she started her life off being an artist, and an amazing artist from Central St Martin. Used to paint on silks, and the silks developed into scarves, the scarves developed into kimonos, and as I say now, she's on Net-a-Porter selling into UAE. And the opportunities are enormous. You know, you just have to have that vision, and then you need to be able to have a manufacturer that you can trust. As you can see by the video that we've just been showing you how Kornit works, this is a beast of a machine. It is absolutely amazing. We've got the Presto Max as well. The Presto Max allows you to have white ink on black, which is absolutely unbelievable. We can also have fluorescent colours as well. So the machine is incredibly adaptable, so you can print on any fabric type except the mesh. The holes in the mesh actually restrict the way that we can use that. But any other fabric, be that man-made fibres or natural cottons, silks, etc., it works, and it's fantastic to have that flexibility. After the fabric has been printed by Presto, we have to roll the fabric back onto a roller, and then it is then put into the Zund machine here. We will then set the coordinates for the piece, and this is a 1-ply piece. So the cutter is so fast, as you can see from the video. It actually makes more sense to do 1 ply, and it moves very quickly through Zund. And then, as you can see here, this has been cut out by Zund with minimal waste. So the grey on here will represent what the waste is, and you can see that this has actually been a very well laid out lay plan.